Very quick programming note, if you are watching on Sasktel Max TV this morning or over the air, the old school rabbit ears, you are seeing a blue tint to your screen. I didn't change my skincare routine over the holidays. We are working on that issue and it will be resolved soon. In the meantime, let's go over to Mike Siona, who is learning about winter safety with Parkland Ambulance. Mike, good morning.
Well, here we are at Parkland Ambulance with the one and only Lyle Karasik talking about winter safety. And before we get into the ATVs and the sleds and all of the fun activities, we got to talk about planning and preparing so that we're safe, whatever we're doing.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining us today, Mike. We appreciate that very much. We want folks to remember that these things like sleds and ATVs are commonplace, whether you're a recreational enthusiast or a utility person who needs it for farm life, they're commonplace. But a little bit of planning each and every day is going to go a long way to helping you stay safe and prevent probably someone from having to search for you if something does go wrong. And that's what we want folks to do. We think commonplace, if you're a young person on the farm, you jump on this, you head out on the field with your buddies, and away you go. But why don't you tell someone where you're going? How long are you going to be? Which direction are you generally going? You know, our hunters use these frequently to go hunting, same sort of thing. Our recreational enthusiasts in the summer months, exactly that. A little bit of planning helps a long way to knowing where you are, what general direction you went, what time will you be back, so if something does go wrong, even a simple mechanical breakdown, somebody knows generally where to start.
Yeah, absolutely. Or they can reach out if you were going out for, hey, we'll be gone for 2 hours. You could phone, you could text if you happen to be in service. Just all those little things. And then a little later, we're going to talk about some of the things that you can bring with you so that if you do have any problems, you can make it back safely.
Absolutely. We want folks to be a little bit prepared with the proper gear and then what to do if something does happen. And we'll talk more about that in a bit.
Stay with us. We're here at Parkland Ambulance in Prince Albert.
Let's go to Mike Siona to learn more about some winter safety. Mike?
Well, it is all about winter safety here at Parkland Ambulance this morning with Lyle Karasik, and we talked a little bit about pre-planning. Let's talk about some of the gear that we should always have and not maybe to take these machines that we use in the winter for granted.
Absolutely, Mike. Well, the most important thing, whether you're on a sled or the ATV, is the helmet. Proper fitting helmet, one that is going to give you that protection, is essential. Whether you're just out for a recreational ride or you are using it as a service vehicle, the helmet is important. Then start to think about where you're going. In the summer months, you're not going to put on the big coat and, the big boots and, the long pants. But those things are still just as important summer in terms of long pants and gloves and shirt as they are in the winter when you got to don the extra layers of coat. So you got to think about those things. And wearing proper gear is going to prevent you from scrapes, bruises, rips, and tears. But it's also going to be helpful if this thing breaks down and you are stuck somewhere. You better be prepared. So that also means, do I have a first aid kit? Do I have my cell phone? Is it fully charged? Do I have a small little axe along? Maybe if I can chop some wood, build a fire. And most importantly, if I do break down, stay where you are. I know that's often hard for people because they see something off in the distance. And I know we talk about this, if your car breaks down and it's wintertime, don't go heading across the field because you might trip, fall, you don't know what the terrain's like. Same with these gadgets. Stay where you are, build some shelters, get some help, and do your best to sort of fight off the elements.
No doubt about it. Yeah, and of course, as we talked earlier, if you tell people where you're going, when you're going to be back, then eventually, in the event of trouble, the search party knows where to start that search. But layers are important, and really like that point about just staying put. We're going to stay put right here in Parkland Ambulance, and we'll talk to you in about an hour.
All right, let's go back out on location with Mike Siona, see what he's up to this morning. Mike, good morning.
Well, we've been talking about winter safety on a sled or on a 4x4 or a side-by-side, whatever you happen to be driving out there. We've got ourselves dressed. We've got our helmet on. We've taken care of all the layers. We've told somebody where we're going, how long we're going to be there, and then something bad actually happens and we need to spring into action. Lyle Karasik, tell me what we need to do to kind of triage if something happens out bad.
Well, Mike, we want to give people some basic first aid guidelines of what to carry. Something that's small and compact that you can drop into a storage compartment on your ATV or on your sled, or throw into your backpack, or even stuff in a pocket for that matter. It's really not that big. We need something to control the bleeding. Obviously, something tragic happens. If it's really severe, a tourniquet is something that's going to be life-saving. Some basic gauze, really simple and small and compact. Something to stay warm with. You can pick these up. They're just little survival. These foil blankets are essential, and you can, they're not very big. And something to use as a splint. If you're not going to be that guy who can cut down a tree limb and do something fancy, something compact like this, which is moldable and easy to use, is going to be life-saving, and it's going to mean the difference between you helping someone or making the difference in their outcome should something really bad happen while you're out on the trail.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And obviously, you can't plan for that. So the best course of action is to have all of this stuff. And if you're not comfortable using it, maybe take a course.
Absolutely. Take a first aid course. And these are simple ideas that you can not only take with you when you're on the sled or on the ATV or whatever. Throw this, if you're an avid hiker, throw this in a backpack. Really simple, small stuff that doesn't take a lot of room, and it's essential for you to have for those first aid emergencies. And like you said, always take a course. If you're not interested or can't take a course, then go on YouTube or some other social media platform. There's lots of people doing tips.
There you go. Knowledge is power, and we want you to have a powerful ride, not just on your machines.